So, if you know, you know, one of those may not be the same by the end of this week. Some little sacred items here on the table. The candle is lit. Ooh, look at that little orb. I love that. The sound might not be great. I forgot my microphone, and also a couple dogs rolling around in here, folks, so we'll just do our best and roll from there. As you know, it is the eve of a full moon in Vedic Scorpio and tropical Sagittarius. And I keep getting that it's about emotional self-honesty and doing it different. You know, there's a trine to Mars and a square to Jupiter and Rahu, or the North Node, whatever you like to call it. Lots of heavy hitters. That's big energy. And it'll be really interesting to see, what's that one? Ooh, weaving. How it moves through everyone's life. Hopefully this reading will give you, you know, just things to ponder, ways of looking that are maybe different from your own, that you can combine with your own to find information. More information about, I don't know, just keeps coming up for me as emotional self-honesty. Like, I have to be honest with myself emotionally about what's going on inside me right now. And if I try to deny it, I can't act right. So, listening to my thoughts, deciding if they are really how I feel, has been serving me pretty well. We're going to do the Moon Lodge spread, which we always do on full moons. This is an inward tree for centering. It's kind of a window on the unconscious, and it helps us to look within in a way that rips away the veil of self-deception. Again, emotional self-honesty is kind of what this whole spread is all about, and I hope that you're able to find that with it. There's a strong note of what is belief and what is reality and all of that. It's like security and comfort no longer work in the way that they had, there it is again, before. And so we got to do it different. There's just, in order to be joyous, we have to do it different. The first card in the Moon Lodge spread is the spiritual nature, talents and abilities that we can use to do it different, that we can use to get closer to emotional self-honesty. And that card is Spider. This one really wanted to come out. So this is interesting for me right now. This card represents weaving. Number 43 is a 7. 7 is Ketu's number, and it is about healing, about the past. Of course, you have to heal the past, right? You can't heal something that hasn't happened. And as a spiritual talent or ability, weaving for humans, or for me anyway, is about trying to find meaning in what's presenting itself to me. And I take everything to be an omen. I am just that kind of a person. where every single thing has meaning if it is reflected back within me. If it resonates within me, then I take it as something meaningful and I remember it, and I weave or braid all of that into my understanding of what's going on in my world, what's going on with my relationship to spirit, and it's all one thread, right? There's nothing here that's not me, so there's nothing here that's not meaningful. And if I look at it that way, it's a talent, it's a spiritual ability, it's a way of reading the world as it weaves itself around me. Beautiful card for the East card, the spiritual nature of the emotional self-honesty that I'm trying to find. So we'll put that in the East. And I'm going to put it right on that little orb because I like that. And I want to keep that with us. I hope you guys can see it so I don't sound mad, but that's okay. I've been mad before. The second card in our Moon Lodge spread, the inward tree for centering, is the new growth card. So this is how we do it different. This is a seed card. It represents your true feelings in the South, down deep, way deep down, how you really feel. And that card is Turkey. It's grateful. It's giveaway. Turkey is, I don't want to say anything bad about turkeys because turkeys are really wonderful beings and they're quite smart. It's a 4, so it's a beautiful foundation card. I'm told that they're the only animals that can see color. And I went to college, to undergrad, in Appalachia, and these beings were around a lot. I live in a place now where they live out to the east of us on the prairie. So I have some experience with them. And they kind of fly like bags of wet cement. They are not sleek or streamlined or athletic, really. But what they are is plenty. When you have a turkey at the table, you know, if you eat meat at Thanksgiving and you're grateful for the abundant protein that this animal lends to humans. It's traditional to eat this particular fowl in America. I couldn't find the word. North America. And they are celebratory, the horn of plenty, the cornucopia. And in certain traditions, the giveaway is a ceremony where the one in the culture who has the most gives away all of their possessions. It's a tradition of faith. It's a ceremony of understanding and knowing that you will be provided for. And that's echoed in many cultures, many different religious traditions. Jah provide. I mean, I could just think of so many different ways that we put our faith in how there will be enough tomorrow. I keep hearing Alan Watts saying that Bible verse, consider the lilies of the field. You know, they don't worry about the rain falling. They don't worry about the sun shining. Their job is to tilt and shine and show pleasure in being. Gratitude for being is what's growing at this full moon. Loving what is and doing it different with that in mind, right? It's beautiful. We're going to put this in the south. This is our new growth. This is our seed card. It's Turkey giveaway. gratitude, knowing, you know. The real purpose, or the dream within the dream card, the part of reality that we can't see. There's only it's in my visioning of what life is, the brain is a reducing valve, and we see a dashboard in matter and material. It's not how the world really is, but it's the way it is enough that it doesn't blow our minds and reduce us to hot soup. You know, the circuitry of the human body, as amazing as it is really rather delicate. And so the real purpose is kind of usually something larger than we can see or larger than we can know. But in our inquiry here at this full moon, the real purpose, or the dream within, is links, secrets. So it's not ready to give up what needs to be revealed to us fully yet. We're going to be working with partial information for some time, and I kind of have gotten that sense that Mercury-Uranus conjunction is going to be revelatory. Mercury finally moving out of retrograde and moving toward whatever information we just did not get in April due to that retrograde. Something was hidden there. And this links has those secrets. The number 9, the number of completion, the one step away from the 10, there's something not quite fully materialized or understood yet. Links, the enigmatic creature, the silent one. Near the mountain where I live, we know that the links are here. We see their footprints on the far side of the mountain, the one that faces away from town. But very rarely, I mean, I've been hiking that mountain for 20 years now. Very rarely has anyone ever seen one up there. We know they're there. We see their footprints. We see their scat. We know they're there, but they are not broadcasting. So keep in mind that the real purpose of doing it different, of the emotional self-honesty, of weaving this spiritual nature into everything that you see, of being grateful, is yet to be revealed. And if you read our little quote at the beginning of this, "What has yet to take shape will protect me," by Terry Tempest Williams, that reminds me of what I'm seeing here. May it be so. We will put the links, the secrets, the number 9 in the west position there. Beautiful. The real purpose, the dream within the dream. The northern position in the Moon Lodge spread is the inner wisdom. This is the knowing that where nothing is occluded. There's a wholeness and a unity that when we come into temporal form, we leave behind in order to have the experiences that we want to have, in order to weave them into a new cloak of knowledge that takes us forward in a new way. So we're gaining and acquiring through not knowing. And what we are understanding is known to the soul and not known to us. And that card is the card of rebirth. The bat. This is Pluto's card. And Pluto is directly across from Venus in this particular chart. I'm not going to lie, this is my love language. I adore the depth of the mystery. I love the story of Inanna. I love being called from the underworld to face the secrets, right? What is this all about? I'm grateful for the learning that I'm getting and the understanding that I'm having, which is just in the right dose and just at the right time so that my circuits don't fry and I don't get turned into hot soup. And out of that comes a new understanding, a new way for me to be able to do this differently. And God knows, as much as we all fear Pluto, we need a way to do this differently that comes from the very bones of the earth, his realm. That amazing underworld where the unconscious stores the jewels of being, the jewels of understanding. And it meets out mystery to us moment by moment by moment. What an amazing northern card. What a wonderful way to remember the inner wisdom beyond the duality, right? There is no darkness here that is not me. If I can perceive it, I am larger than it. The rebirth of this tiny creature, we have lots of bats, especially in the springtime around here. And if you walk at dusk or even a little later, only in the neighborhoods, don't walk in the woods. That's the animals' time, right? Dawn and dusk are their times. But they will come near and investigate you and make noise the way they do. And these beautiful creatures, their guano, their presence, everything is helpful to us. But we have to go through the trial, the ritual, the underworld in order to get it. Beautiful. The underworld is the inner wisdom, the rebirth, knowing that what we weave, what we're grateful for, what we don't know will culminate in new life. And if you know where I am, you know why rebirth is so important. New life, right? Very important. If you know, you know right now. So the integrating card, the card that we put in the middle of this Moon Lodge spread, the center of the shield, the middle of the unconscious. This is a personal unconscious, and it's a power shield. So this may not apply to every single person. It certainly applies to this house, this area where I am, and most of my subscribers are people in this area and they are near me. So I'm calling on it to be very helpful to this place and to this time, but hopefully for everyone you can find something in it, in the symbol and in the symbolism. Hopefully I will be able to translate well enough. The card in the center of the spread, the integrating card, is skunk. Ego, look at it, it's number 7. This is a 7-year. This is a K2 card. This is that way of saying the past is not who you are. And if you believe that your past is not your friend, that who you are is not your friend, it stinks. It stinks really badly. On full and new moons, I also throw the I Ching for my personal oracle, and in the reading that I was doing today for myself, it said difficult emotion is one way of knowing that you're holding on to a belief that isn't true. Ego is necessary. It's a set of beliefs. Skunk, represents ego, if I didn't say that. His reputation is what precedes him, right? His reputation is a form of protection. And in this spread, the integration through the ego means that we have to deal with our fears in a different way. We have to deal with them in a new way. We have to be able to gather the information that's woven into our fears, be grateful for the messages that come through them, understand that that's the way the world will always impart secrets to us so that we can have new life. The ego is the mirroring, shadowing, and projection that comes with being in a temporal form. You're eternal. You're not from here, but you have a lens. And you have a way to understand the body of what you are. In eternity, when you are the world, you don't have the human lens. And reputation and ego, the way they are aligned, right? Will people come to you expecting that you will help them or hurt them? Will people come to you expecting understanding or rejection? There's no judgment either way. It's just you might want to do it different after the Sagittarius full moon. You know, the big deal about Sagittarius and Scorpio is that you have the view from both polarities. The goal and the target and rock bottom. And the ego is both. Each one of us has the aspiring archer and the scorpion's tail. You get to choose whether your weapon is in service of peace or perpetuates division, duality, and war. And you will be known by what you choose, moment to moment, day by day. And it doesn't matter what you chose before. Choose again. Do it different. You know, it's about belief or reality at this full moon. So if you run the experiment on your beliefs and you find out whether or not they're real, you'll know how to act, how to behave in this weaving, in this rebirth, in the times when you don't know what's happening. That's what matters most. How do you behave when you don't know what's going on? How do you behave when security and comfort are gone? When they don't work the way they had before? When you're at rock bottom? And then how do you behave when you achieve your goal? When you have rebirth? When you are renewed? Who are you when you face the waterfall, right? Very important questions. Beautiful reading. And underlying it all, my personal medicine. Weasel. Stealth. Keeping to yourself, reserving judgment on others, being equanimous, whether you're winning or losing, and telling the truth as you see it. As I've said before during readings like this one, weasel was the animal that the Native Americans sent into the white camps to find out about these new people that were coming into their lands. And weasel had the difficult job of having to report back that it wasn't looking good for the people who lived here before the white people came. But it was an important truth. And that is one of the most important messages of this full moon. Jeshta, Nakshatra, the elder sister, is the goddess. She owns the mansion of Scorpio where the sting is, right? The Antares in the tail of the scorpion. And Chandra, the moon, was spending an inordinate amount of time in her opposite house in Gemini with Rohini. Gemini? No, Taurus with Rohini. I'm sorry, I mixed up my tropical and sidereal. In Taurus with Rohini, and the younger sister, the security, the comfort, and neglecting all of the other mansions. So she hexed him, right? He is now cursed to wander through the skies, diminishing and increasing every month. He has to visit all the houses equally. And that message that she sent about equality, even from gods, calling that out, is a very important part of weasel medicine. Speaking up, speaking out, protecting your family, protecting yourself, especially in the Kali Yuga, friends. Everything is inverted right now. Speaking up for truth, speaking up for your reputation, it's not ego. It's not. Truth is very important right now. And if you have it and you know it, you should say it. I know there are consequences. There always are. Be brave. Be strong. Be your loving selves. And know that you have my gratitude. Thank you so much.